Can I use ChatGPT for legal contracts? How do I protect my online course, ebook, or digital product from being stolen? I'm Wesley Henderson. I'm a business attorney located in Charleston, South Carolina. And today I'm here answering those questions and many others. Stick around. What's the best legal structure for my small business, LLC, S Corp, or sole proprietorship? The answer is almost always an LLC. A sole proprietorship is just operating a business without any protection. S Corp, that's just sort of a internet sort of myth in between LLC and S Corp. S Corp is actually tax filing. So you can be an LLC and an S Corp. Either way, your main point is to make sure you get in something that protects you personally from your business. If you don't, then everything you do in your business is fair game if someone sues you. Do I need an LLC if I'm just a freelancer or solopreneur? Yes. If you're trying to make money and you're offering services, you need an LLC, because if you don't, they can sue you personally and get to your personal bank account. Whereas if you had an LLC, it would just be your business assets. What happens if I don't have an LLC? If you don't have an LLC, then any sort of assets you have, let's say car, furniture, jewelry, money, investments, home, everything is at risk. So you could be doing something and have a catastrophic injury that you get blamed for that's $1 million settlement. All of a sudden, everything's available. So get an LLC. I don't care if it's a one-off client. If you were working with someone in a business, get an LLC. They're not that expensive. Good bang for your buck. Go to draftedlegal.com. If you need one, a great resource to get it done correctly. What legal documents do I need to start an online business? Good question. Depends on a little bit what you're doing. But if you're providing a service, a service-based business, you're a graphic designer, virtual assistant, marketer, anything where you were doing something kind of by the hour or project in exchange for money, then your most important agreement is with your client. That is a super, super important agreement that will go through things like what happens if you terminate? What kind of liability do you have? Indemnification clauses. How do you get paid? What is your exact deliverables? Avoiding things like scope creep, which means clients saying, well, could you do this? Could you do that? Will you do this? Another revision. You can put an end to all these problems with a great contract. Go to our legal bundle if you want to see everything that you need. Contemplates all this stuff and you get it all in one quick bundle. Really, really useful, really good template set. Do I need a contract for every client I work with? Yes. No elaboration needed? Yes. How can I enforce a contract if a client refuses to pay? It depends. If you use one of Drafted Legal's contracts, you will have a lot of options. You will have the clauses in there that make sure they trigger late fees. You'll have the clauses in there to make sure you can get paid back for any money you have to spend, like attorney's fees, interest. So it's really, really important that you have the right clauses. If it's written, if it's signed, if it's written properly, then you just need to take it to them and say, look, I have this contract, it's signed, you owe me this money. And if it's a good contract, you will have a lot of success with it. And if that doesn't work, you may have to hire a lawyer. But again, if you have the right contract, you can make those fees back. Can I use ChatGPT for legal contracts? So ChatGPT does do a pretty decent job sometimes. The problem is you need to be careful with it. Here's an example. I'm in the middle of a lawsuit right now that is about $100,000 value lawsuit. If you remember in the important clauses I mentioned before, it's the attorney's fees clause. If I win, then the loser of the lawsuit has to pay my attorney's fees because I was right. So I am, true story, litigating a case right now. And this came off of the internet. And the clause said the loser gets their money. The loser gets the attorney's fees. So basically, if you're following that contract, both sides are trying to lose so that they can have their attorney's fees paid for. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Obviously, a human could never write that because it makes such little sense. So you're really worried about things like that. We didn't pick up on it. The other lawyer didn't pick up on it. Nobody picked up on it for several months because it's just such an insane thing to put into a contract. So that's kind of your vulnerabilities you're looking at in terms of getting it set up a little bit. It certainly can be helpful. There's useful things that we use to speed up time, but you have to know what you're looking at. Again, that's why we have these drafted legal templates. Go get those and you don't have to worry about things getting switched around. Do I need to trademark my business name? If you can afford it, yes. At a minimum, you need to make sure that no one else has your business name trademarked and you're not infringing on someone else. The reason is You can, spend thousands and thousands of dollars building your brand, years, and find out someone else has the rights to that business name, and then you have to change everything. So I don't want that to happen to you. So go to the uspto.gov and research it. It's a preventable mistake. You just got to be willing to change your name before you get started. So you want to do this before you get started. How do I protect my online course, ebook, or digital product from being stolen? This is just like terms with your clients. You need to make sure it states that it's all confidential, that you own it. Anytime somebody buys it, participates in your course, you need to have a copyright symbol on there and make sure it states that they cannot reuse it for commercial use. Very important. Also, if you do have a trademark, those things can help. A lot of times you'll see people stealing Instagram accounts and TikTok and things like that. If you have a trademark, if you have contracts, if you have your LLC, you can put all this stuff together. And then when you take it to dispute it with Instagram, they can look immediately and say, oh, you're the rightful owner, not this copycat, which is not as easy as you might think if you don't have those things. What legal disclaimers do I need on my website? Disclaimers are excellent in basically educating your audience, telling them what the limits of your advice or services are. Here's an example. I'm a lawyer. Trying very hard to help you start your business the right way, but I'm not your lawyer. How's that? That's all I need to say. I'm a doctor. I'm not your doctor. So you're trying to disclaim the limits of what you can do. If you're a marketer, you want to disclaim results, for example. Hey, we're going to work really hard to, get your product out there for sales, get eyeballs on it, get the right funnel, use the right copy, but we can't guarantee any of those results. So in our legal bundle that I mentioned earlier, there's a list of disclaimers that you can use for different areas. Again, you're just trying to explain. It's kind of things you might say, everybody knows that already. Say it. Just say it. It'll help you. How do I avoid legal trouble with independent contractors? A contract. Again, it's in that bundle. If you need a contract, you need to make sure they don't poach your clients and you don't steal your information, and that it's clear how much you're getting paid and what you expect from them. Simple. What are the biggest legal mistakes new business owners make? I'd say shoving it off to the side. It's really easy to just say, all right, I'll do this later. I'll figure out the legal stuff. This is why we have drafted legal. Get the legal bundle. Getting a contract can save you so much time. So here's what happens is you have a good client, another good client, another good client, and you're not worried about it. But let me tell you, the Karens of the world, let me talk to the manager. You will have a client that there's nothing you can do to make happy. And that is when you need your contract, because it will save you so much money in legal fees. Making sure you get paid is another big one that I see. So we always recommend get money up front early. We have all these things built into our contracts. Get money up front early. Triggers for when money is due, being super clear on what your deliverables are. Meaning if I'm developing a logo for you, is it endless revisions? If it doesn't say anything about it, when do I know I've earned the rest of my money? Working with clients you shouldn't work with. This is one everybody almost has to just learn through life, but we've done it. A lot of people do it, but trust your intuition. There's nothing worse for starting a business than having a client that wants you to do something maybe you're not ready to do, or has a different style or personality about going forward with something. You want something that aligns with you. This is expectation setting back to the marketer. If somebody thinks you're going to get them sales in 3 weeks, that's unrealistic expectations. It takes a while to make progress on this sort of thing. So you want to set expectations and then just say no sometimes to clients that you already know aren't going to have good chemistry with you. Now, every client's not going to be perfect, but there's ones that are trouble. And so you want to stay away from that. Don't be afraid of taking on, hard clients or hard projects, things like that. But if it's a client that isn't aligned with you, I would just trust your intuition on that one. Hope that helps. A lot of great things about starting a business. We're here to help. Drop a comment or go to draftedlegal.com, get the bundle or LLC. If you do purchase it, we give you a lifetime money back guarantee. If you ever need a lawyer to defend the agreement, we give you your money back, and then we update them all the time. So we're here to make sure your business is as protected as we can do. Good luck. Go get them.